is a very important video, and I know that visuals can throw people off. So if you need to change a tab and not view this information, please do, because I think what you're seeing may make it look more complicated than what it is. But I just want to say this, and I preface this in another video, and that is the fact that whenever you are dealing with this math or whoever these institutions, they are not being forthcoming about a lot of information. And one of it is the shift from what they call elementary probability, techniques or statistics, to literally computer science. Because this stuff, like the distributions, which is basically taking these numbers or variables or whatever and putting them into a number form that the computer can process. You're going into computer science at that point. But whenever I look at this information, they never say this. They present it as a mathematical, equation that you then just input numbers into. And that's not how it goes. The basics of this, the basic way that I can explain to you what they're doing with the computer is this. There's something called a log table, which has to do with like number bases, which is very basic. If you can get a good YouTube video, it'll tell you. It's basically transforming, let's say, a very large number, the law of large numbers, a very large number into a bite-sized representation of that number that, in this case, a computer can use, because it doesn't process the same way that humans do. So whenever you get into distribution, remember distribution like CDF, PDF, all that stuff, you're getting into computer computation. You're learning computer science because humans do not calculate that. The computer calculates that. And those methods are for the computer. Okay? So this is taking, I think this will probably be the end of this series. It will take a roundabout to the first video that I told you the origins of what probability is, or statistics, where the origins of the modern day. That particular person who used those tables for the planetary path got that from thousands of thousands of thousands of thousands of thousands of years of people accurately on point plotting the path of the planets. Like mathematically, they plotted the planets absolutely correct. And even some events, planetary events. So, I mean, there's nothing you can say about that. And often they don't. So they usually just focus on who they call their modern founders, which is, Newton and, all these other people like that. But all their bases come from ancient civilization, okay? And you use this in order to plant the planetary movements and some other stuff. So basically that's it. Like if you want to understand how computers think about data and information, learn about how it differs from the way a human would process something. And it will help you understand this. But basically, like the other video I did, is that you look at your events here and it basically takes in a large number and it's transforms it into a distribution. And there's functions, or these methods are very similar to what a log table does. It is not the same exact thing, but it's a concept to maybe you can understand yourself. Like the simplification, like I said before in the very beginning. Let's say that you want to add fractions together and they don't have the same denominator. You have to then go in and find a denominator, right? And then you get the denominator and then you're able to then calculate it. It is the same concept, but not the same method. I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Bye.